Hey guys, Jenna here again. I'm going to talk to you today about Citrus Bliss. This is hands down, oh gosh, it's so hard when I get into favorites. I was about to say my favorite oil, but then I'm thinking of frankincense and On Guard and Balance. And so I'm just going to say this is my top five for sure, for sure. I absolutely love this essential oil. This is a blend of wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, bergamot, tangerine, clementine, and vanilla. You guys, it smells like one of those orange creamsicles that you used to eat as a kid, or maybe you still eat now. I don't know, no judgment, but it smells amazing. It's so, so good. This is one that I love to diffuse every single day. It's called the get off the couch oil in my house. That is how I've personally coined it, because when I very first started using essential oils, I bought this kit of oils. I didn't know how to use them. I had my book. I'd committed that anytime something came up, I would look in my book and see if there was a solution for it naturally with these oils. And if it worked, great. And if it didn't, I'd go back to what I'd done before, right? Which I don't even know what that was. But, in my skepticism at the time, it was like, we'll give it a try. And if it doesn't work, then we'll figure something else out. But there was this one day, my kids were 1 and 3 at the time. I was just feeling totally overwhelmed and like apathetic to the max. Like there were dishes everywhere. There was laundry everywhere, dirty and clean. Who knew what was what anymore? Toys all over the place. And I was just sitting on the couch this one morning. It was probably about 9 in the morning. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to deal with it. I just had no energy, no motivation, I was totally apathetic. And so I'm sitting there and I thought, there's probably an essential oil for this. And so I got up and I looked in my book and I found Citrus Bliss listed under energy. And so I thought, okay, well, what the heck, I'll give it a try, right? So I put it in the diffuser and then I sat back down on the couch and I just sat there. And within about 30 minutes, you guys, I was up, I was doing the laundry, I was washing the dishes. I went on to mop my floors, which if you know me at all, like, it just doesn't happen very often. And don't judge me. I won't judge you for your creamsicles. You don't judge me for my floors, okay? I don't get there very often. But I was up doing it. And it didn't dawn on me until a little bit later that afternoon. But I was like, holy cow, there is something to these essential oils. It was so cool. And the shift wasn't this dramatic, like, feeling of a Red Bull kicking in. It's much more natural. But this subtle uplifting where I just felt like I wanted to get up and tackle my day. And so I did, and it was amazing. So I love this oil whenever I'm feeling apathetic, run down, unmotivated, procrastinating, like I don't want to tackle a project, whether it's something sitting at my computer or calling the insurance company. Oh my gosh. Anything, cleaning my home, whatever. This is my go-to oil. I actually love this one so much. I have in the aroma this diffuser, I can't even remember what it's called at the moment, but the one where you can plug it in and it stays one bottle going consistently and you can set how long you want it to run. I have Citrus Bliss in there as my most consistent oil. And you can, of course, with this diffuser, change them out anytime you want to. But that's one that I leave a bottle of Citrus Bliss in and we diffuse it almost every morning. I love it so much and it's a great way to start the day. So that's Citrus Bliss. The other oil I want to tell you about is Elevation. Now, these are some of doTERRA's more original mood oils before they came out with the whole emotional aromatherapy line, which we've covered. These 4 were kind of the crux of the emotional line in doTERRA. And so this one is labeled the Joyful Blend. Citrus Bliss is labeled the Invigorating Blend. So if you think of it, it'll do similar things like the Motivate oil will. This Elevation Blend, this is one that is very powerful for uplifting your mood. If you're feeling sad, discouraged, lonely, maybe some feelings of, I'm trying to think of a compliant way to say it, just, sad and discouraged, but maybe on a very deep level and it's consistent and not going away. This Elevation is a great one to try. Now, if you don't care for the smell of it, chances are it's probably not going to do for you what you want it to. And there are other oils that will do similar things. So if you can't stand the smell, emotionally, that's not going to trigger great stuff for you, right? So pick a smell that you love. But this one is a blend of lavandin, lavender, Hawaiian sandalwood, tangerine, melissa, ylang ylang, osmanthus, and lemon myrtle. So there's some oils in here that we don't have single options of in the doTERRA line, but in the blend they are there, and it does smell wonderful. So quick story of a friend, shortly after having her baby, she found herself really drawn to the smell of Elevation. Before that, she actually really didn't like it. She couldn't stand the smell of it, and who knows why, whatever it was in there, but she just really didn't like it. And so she never used it. But shortly after having her baby, she found that she was really drawn to the smell of Elevation. And that lasted for probably 3 or 4 months. She was telling me later, I just loved it. I diffused it every day. It helped I just smelled so good to me. And she didn't think anything of it until we were talking about it later. And we identified that she probably had some of those normal baby blues, right? The postpartum situation that happens is your hormones are all over the place and you're adjusting to life with the baby. And during that season, Elevation was very, very supportive to her. And she didn't make the connection, but she just knew that she loved the smell of it and she was drawn to it, so she used it. And it was exactly what her body needed during that period. So if you're experiencing any of those things, whether that's kind of a normal state of being for you, or whether it's something just after having a baby, or just normal feelings of discouragement or, sadness, this is a great one to use that will uplift and elevate your mood. Elevation, right? So I hope you guys enjoy those 2 oils. Seriously, give them a try. They're so wonderful. I have personally found, this is just a little side note, but I have personally found that the mood oils tend to work best for me in the diffuser. I'll use them on my hands and smell them, but if I want a more prolonged effect, like I'm thinking of the Citrus Bliss, where I was talking about how it helps me feel motivated and get off the couch and that kind of a thing, that works best for me when I use it in the diffuser, because it's a more consistent application of the essential oil, right? It's constantly, I'm breathing it in and I'm getting like redosed essentially on that over and over and over again throughout my day. And so I have found for me, that's the way that I like to use emotional essential oils the most. Everybody's different though, so give it a try. You can use them topically, absolutely. You can use them aromatically. These mood oils are not intended for internal use, and I think we've mentioned that already, but let's just be clear on that. So I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy that and let me know how it goes for you.